be like, that shit ain't hip hop, that shit is fucking up the game, such and such and this and that. But you gotta realize, Soulja Boy music ain't made for us. You feel what I'm saying? His shit is made for the 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds. We have a disconnect from it in the same way that when we were growing up and our uncles and fathers was like, what? Nigga, KRS-One? Ain't no rapper better than KRS-One. And I'm like, I'm listening to KRS-One shit, I'm going, what? What the fuck is so dope about KRS-One? That shit is whack to me. Like, that shit is garbage. But because I had there was a disconnect in the time frame, it just made it look different. But it's all the same shit. Like, I don't, Waka Flocka, I don't listen to his shit. Like, I'm not a Waka Flocka fan. He make a record or two that I be like, yo, in certain moves, if I'm in a club, I'm doing shit, like that Waka Flocka shit go hard. I'm not gonna say that Waka Flocka ain't hip hop. He is hip hop because he's expressing himself in the way that he wants to. Like, he wanted to do a record with Nas, and everybody was like, Waka Flocka and Nas? That don't even make sense. But that shows you that his mentality is hip hop. One of his favorite rappers is Nas. He don't make music nowhere near Nas. But it's a sign of the times. It's just different. You feel what I'm saying? And that was one of the issues I had with like going back to the creators of hip hop shit. Like, you know what I mean? How you gonna say my shit don't fit your format of hip hop? You're the creator of hip hop. That's your tag for your fucking, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if that's the tag, if what I'm doing is expressing myself, whether it's commercial or whether it's being dope or whether it's being strictly hip hop, what is considered hip hop, at the end of the day, all that shit is in the same. Because when they created that shit, it was for a nigga to get on the mic and rock what he felt. Whether it was like, yo, my Bally Shoes and Elysees is this, or he was like, I'm the dopest MC ever. Like, either way, it was built for expression. Purely expression.
No, I understand that. I understand that, you know. What I'm saying is that what you say...
I feel you feel like people should have accountability for what they say.
No, I don't even feel that. What you say is the same thing like you say if me and Tony to go across there and we kick in the door or we go on the street and we say fuck you to the cops. That's exactly like what you say. Because people, it's like for you to say that what you say in hip hop is whatever, it's like you saying there's no win because you can't see it. Because you can't see the effect of what you're saying, it don't exist. That's not real to me. To me, everything you say, names, words, we are wordsmiths. Whether you a whack wordsmith and you don't know how to forge that sword as well as somebody else, and somebody can forge the sword a little better, you're still a smith.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you just can do any old thing, then what you doing it for? My thing is what you do things and what you say things for, because everything has a purpose, but energy is not destroyed. Mm-hmm. I mean, I grew up listening to KRS-One, but I also grew up listening to some other music. And I feel like if I didn't listen to certain music, I've been a different person. Mm-hmm. That's the power of music, dog. And the music itself wasn't as powerful as the words that I took in, dog. You see what I'm saying? So the words have power. Now we downplay the words. Now honestly, to me at this point, whether the words was important back then in hip hop or whatever the status is, because everything hip hop is expression. So people free to express themselves however they want, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like it's used an excuse to say that hip hop can't be this. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's used an excuse to say, well, I mean, why make it this thing when it could just be for everyone to freely express themselves however, and then everybody want to suck their teeth at Little B and Soulja Boy and Waka Flocka. How? You allow it. Mm-hmm. The fans allow it, and we allow it. Like, to me, I'd rather be responsible and it fall apart than to say I'm not responsible and it fall apart. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because it's at the end of the day, dog, we taking people's life in our hands, dog. People that send me messages, like people listen to my music while they going to college and we taking people's life in our hands. Even when you're doing feel good stuff, like you putting somebody's life in your hand. You have power, dog. You know what I mean? Somebody who would have been a nothing a few centuries ago sometimes could have been the only person to sit in the court with the king. That's how powerful music is, dog. That's how powerful what you're saying is. People still read William Shakespeare. You honestly think they would still be reading him if he was saying any willy-nilly old thing? I'm sure some of his stuff, he said whatever in it. Like he was, you know, maybe on opium or something, and he just typed some, you know, or write some weird stuff, and it was seen as artistic, but it really was nothing, because that happens too. Yeah. But there is validity and power in the stuff he say, and the concepts of them. The most dangerous thing is the common man, you know, dog. The person who just walking down the street and you don't know them. Be wary of the common man, man. You uncommon, but in that uncommonness comes responsibility, dog. Like to me, this is me saying how I conduct myself through expression in hip hop, and why I was let down by somebody as big as big. You see what I'm saying? Like that let me down. Even though I know he was a swagger and a flow and a what I'm wearing and all this other stuff, that's cool, dude. But really and truly, none of that shit matters, because I can make the same beat in a fucking a construction shirt and boots and a hard hat. It don't matter at all. It's bullshit. It's commercialized bullshit. It's consumer bullshit. So what are we doing? Why are we here? What are we changing? What effect do we have? We just here to make people feel good and have a good time? Like, because at the end of the day,